So that Google Cast, what was the
Cast videos -- Chrome. Anything that ends in Chrome. I mean, it depends on what you wanna build. They're all gonna be very similarly laid out. It's just the functionality that basically changes. So anything that has the -Chrome will allow you to play along. Sorry, I'm switching tabs, so it kind of makes it a little bit. I'm just gonna grab the files that are maybe in there. So I'm just unzipping the files because you can't drag and drop right from the zips, unfortunately. There they go. So what I'm going to be using, just because that's what I'm used to, and I didn't have a text editor, so I'm going to go to the Chrome Web Store. I'm going to switch to casting tab. So it's just chrome.google.com. You search for text. It's the very first application, so I'm just going to install that. Awesome. Hey, Steven?
Yes.
Would you be so kind as to provide me with your password?
Oh.
You couldn't log in as yourself?
No. Thank you.
Maybe.
Hunter 21.
All right.
These correct force battery station. What's that? These correct force battery station. It's just the most secure password ever, right? Exactly. Obviously, it was in the comic, right?
So basically, in terms of the files, the very top of the CSS, it's all the pretty stuff that I get really excited about. There's some image files and images that display that are related to the videos that you're streaming. The cast videos stats, that's a JavaScript file that actually does the functionality that initializes the app and plays the stuff and all that. I don't know what contributing.md does. Maybe Steven does. Maybe not.
That's if you, it's because this is all open source. If you wanted to contribute back to the GitHub project, this is Google's, like, how do you do that?
There you go. And then the other important one is the index.html, which is your sender app. So that's what shows up on your Chrome browser. They can also easily change, but mostly just display any UI stuff. So what I do, I'm going to open up the JS with all the good stuff is. And typically, once you have all this down, or put in your Google Drive, I download a local version. And this is the only, I guess, downside. I mean, when you're using a text editor and Google as a hosting place, you have to download everything locally and then upload it, which is kind of a pain, but it works. Now using the text editor, which I don't know if you can cast. You cannot.
Build. What if you go to the app list and right click on it to run a tab?
Let me check. No.
So the text editor in Chrome.
The text editor is the Chrome application that you can use to edit it. Basically, this is all the code, and this is what you can change and edit and whatnot. And I use that text editor to do so. This is a sample of the JavaScript file. So basically, it walks you through step by step on what it is. You can turn on and off certain functionality again. And then what was supposed to work with mine is when you open this file, the index file, just directly in the browser, once you hit preview, whoa. Change this. All right. Maybe. This is where it broke last time, because unfortunately, I think it doesn't allow you to cast right from Google Drive, which is where it's breaking.
So this is your app that you built? This is the sample app.
This is a sample app. And so you should all be, you got the sample app at the GitHub/Chromecast. So, I mean, all of you should be able to do this and do this. So when you're in here and you've opened your index file, you hit the preview button, and selecting that button will bring you to the Sender application. And so ideally, if you're connected to a Chromecast device, then you can stream right from the browser. It works. Cool.
Bonus point if you override the classroom and send it a video.
Please, somebody do.
I can do that. You have to do it from the app.
From the
app.
Here, I'll disconnect. I'll stop casting.
Here we go.
Chromecast classroom, right?
Yes.
I think it'll sound good in a second.
Oh my goodness.
Someone's doing it. Once you guys are both like kicking each other out with your own thing.
Yeah. You're doing it?
I was trying to. It's not letting me
Oh.
Basically, the moral of the story is if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it and make it way cooler.
So what are some ideas you have after running through the sample app?
Like I said, I like UI, so I'm excited to play around with that, make it look different, make it look unique. Because all right now, except for the dehumanized, they all look the same. And I think there's a lot of creativity that can be added to those applications.
Oh yeah. We broke the classroom. Not showing up anymore.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I think
I don't see a list anymore. This is that example.
Yeah.
New technology. Don't touch the Chromecast where you're
Has anyone built a Chromecast app? Besides just testing around?
Me and Steven just built one last night to display his image gallery for his blog, so that's kind of cool. That's an interesting part.
Turn off and turn on. Yeah, virtually.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually have to unplug the Chromecast, not unplug the power from the Chromecast. It doesn't actually turn off when you unplug it.
Unless you hold the button, it does. There's a reset button.
And that's how you set it up.
For someone else.
No idea.
Alright, so it's blue. So the Chromecast is blue, that means
What's that?
online.
Yeah, it's connected to Coco, so who wants to try?
We're giving it a go.
Okay.
Oh, it's testing. It says it is anyway.
I'd be very sad if yours works.
Here we go.
This is Trojan Tire, one of the Bull Run Live Rally in the 2010 Ford SVT Raptor. I liked it so much, I bought it. Here it is. We're going back to Bull Run this year, of course, to help our friends at Black Magic. We're so serious about it. We got 2 Valentine video detectors. Oh yeah. So we're all set up. And the reason we got 2 is because we're going to be going a little bit back. We got 2011 Shelby GT 550 horsepower, all-wheel V8. We're going to be bringing you guys a video every single day. Live from Bull Run Rally, July 9th and 16th. The only place to watch it is on blackmagicshine.com. Right here.
So it looks kind of like that, and then here's the
You got the normal video controls in the bottom. There's no video showing here in Shine.
And it's not.
Yeah. I can show you what it looks like. Here we go. Yeah, stop it. Oh, I do?
Look at you told me to
Stop the cat for a second. Where is it? Oh,
stop.
Stop cat.
Stop cat. We have like living room and a basement.
Yeah, and you saw there's like 3 Chromecasts in the building on it.
Can you simultaneously broadcast those 2?
Here we go. You can, but you'd have to build a custom.
Last year, the Trojan Tire, one of the Bull Run Live Rally.
Sorry, guys. I guess I can't show you the browser because it wants to cast the video. But the moment I started it up, it started casting the videos in the browser. Yeah, exactly what happened. The old SQ receiver. Get that? Huh. Yeah. Oh, weird.
Back to Bull Run this year, of course.
Yeah, there's no way to do it.
I've done that.
I know.
All the time.
It's like it doesn't want to.
I did that last time.
I know. Oh well. We were able to get the cast anyway, so we got that part. I can't show you the Chrome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small room. So the UX idea that would be you build a controller that you would use on your device, your browser, your desktop browser, your mobile browser, and then pass some element of that to the screen.
Right.
Kind of the UX.
It doesn't have to be the HTML that you're casting, though. You can cast basically anything that might be on an Android or iOS. It doesn't have to be a website, as long as it goes to a web server on the other end.
And you can, as you're building the app, you tell it what media components to send.
Yes.
Yeah.
You actually send it a URL. I mean, the Chromecast is, at its heart, a little Android device with a Chromecast browser, or a Chrome browser. Chrome. Yeah. Well, I heard there's actually more Android parts, like the Linux kernels they use, they actually pull from Android, not Chrome. Okay, are you saying it's
I was pulling down the Chrome code in there.
Okay.
Cool. But in the documentation,
but you can actually have Chromium on Android too, so.
This is true.
I think the OS stack is actually Android secretly.
I actually heard that too.
Yeah,
I've heard that, but I thought
with Chromium on top. So.
Yeah. Well, should we break the classroom structure? So why don't we end the workshop? This is awesome, by the way. Thank you. And it takes a lot of bravery to get up in front of everybody and kind of present. But I think we're all a pretty welcome group. So if and then encouraging you again, if you have something that you'd like to talk about, I think this is a great format to test an idea or to share what you're excited in. So we've got time, we've got the room until later. Is anybody interested in kind of breaking off into a small group, kind of hacking on this, or we could just turn everybody loose and let the rest of the time run out as networking, is what we should call it. Resounding Midwestern silence. So we know, right? All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming out. Jeff has something to say.
I've got this many brains all through. Can we do a quick survey of programming languages that you guys use or love or use and love? Right, just curious. Right. So let's go through like Ada, COBOL, C, no? The Outball,
Acne bleach.
Fortran.
Right?
C sharp. Let's see. Java. What about Java books? So is that, I mean, is that why you guys like Android stuff? It's Java. It has a Java background.
The runtime that works. There's not many of those on the planet.
Yeah. All right. Python.
I love Python.
JavaScript. Node. Okay. Yeah. Node. Still JavaScript. Let's see. Haskell.
Use it, I can't say I like it.
Go.
Would anybody want to hear it talk about Go? Google's kind of pushing this language. It's kind of between like Python and like C. And this guy wants to talk about it.
There's a lot of rage in there between Python.
Well, no, what they said is
where the language is not really talking about.
how we thought it was kind of a modern C was the language, theory anyway. You get a lot of C. You get everything around a lot of dollars. Once you get to go, you can go more steps.
It's Erlang. F sharp.
Hey, one topic I've been interested in, I don't know if your reactive languages. React.js, React, Android, Java.
Alright, well, end my survey.
Have you guys done any, well, thanks everyone, I'm gonna open this door and you guys are here.
Good job.
Hey, thanks, Jen.
I